to get into the next story. BlackStars, stories around BlackStars. Otto-Addo named as head coach again. Now, you know that a little while ago, before Chris Hughton took over, Otto-Addo had been named the interim coach of the BlackStars. Then he took us to the World Cup, and after the World Cup, he went straight back to his job in Germany. The story here on CitiNewsroom.com. Let me just read that quickly for you, and we'll get into the conversation. The Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association has approved the appointment of Otto-Addo as the new head coach for the BlackStars. Addo, who previously held the position, is set to return to lead the men's senior team after a hiatus of 15 months. Now, the Ghana Football Association has confirmed offering Addo a 34-month contract with an option to extend for an additional 2 years. In a statement, GFA President Keto Kweku expressed confidence in Addo's abilities, stating, Otto was outstanding throughout the interview process and garnered high praise from the search committee leading to our decision. He continued, there were some brilliant individuals among the coaches who applied for the job, so the committee took the pain to interview a chunk of them to pick their thoughts on their intentions to transform the team within a short period of time due to our peculiar situation. Now, the committee, and I quote, was overly satisfied with Otto's performance, for which reason he was recommended to the Executive Council for approval. This marks Addo's second tenure as the head coach of the BlackStars. A decision to appoint him on a permanent basis entails the Ghana Football Association paying compensation to Borussia Dortmund, although the exact figure remains undisclosed. Addo is scheduled to join the Ghanaian team during the international break, where he will temporarily return to Dortmund to finalize transition details before resuming his role in Ghana full-time come May 2024. Additionally, an official unveiling of Otto-Addo is anticipated ahead of Ghana's upcoming international friendly matches against Nigeria and Uganda in March. Now, a few interesting details in this story. So, let me come to you, Kabute. First of all, there was a criteria that was given for choosing. This story doesn't have it, but I'll try and find it for us to take a look at. For choosing, for selecting who will be the head coach.
Right.
I'm not sure we followed the criteria precisely. From conversations that were had on Sports Panorama on Friday, it appears that Otto-Addo didn't even apply for this job. Okay. But yet somehow he was brought into the mix. We're going to have to pay Borussia Dortmund to release him. Okay. Are we not spending too much even before we've got our head coach on the ground, as it were? And second time round, what were his stats for the first time? He won less games than he drew and lost. So where are we going with this?
First of all, on the issue of football, I think in the whole system of football, with all due respect to your listeners, to yourself and my co-panelists, the problem is a thinking problem. I can't change the word. It's a thinking problem.
Okay.
You know?
On whose part?
There's two things that can happen. When we see people sitting down quietly, they do this, and then we say they are thinking. It is wrong.
Okay.
Some sit down, they are worrying. Some too are not thinking. Others are thinking. When you think, you identify a problem, prefer possible solutions, and then you carry out your mission. Look, the BlackStars crisis is not over until we see a shake-up in the management of a GFA and the technical team, right down to the players themselves. That is what the problem is. And I'll liken it to a school situation. When children fail at the exam, it is not about only the final class teacher. Okay? So let's say, for example, BECE. The children went for the exam and they failed. It's not about the JHS 3 teacher alone.
Okay.
It's a whole system to talk about. The school management, the early teachers and their approaches, their pedagogy they used to teach the children all through. Look, garbage in, garbage out.
Always.
And then the current teacher is also in the game. Then the children themselves and parents. Okay, if your children, you don't bring the children early to school, the children are supposed to stay in the classroom. You don't even, when they come home, you don't supervise their homework. Look, I'm saying this so that people can really put themselves into that situation. What we are talking about now in selecting a coach, it shows how unserious we are with the football, the BlackStars thing. It shows clearly how unserious we are. If we had a serious, team in there managing this thing, there should be a shake-up in the GFE. Somebody is not working. In fact, people are not working at all. You look at what they are. You see, their incompetence even comes in right from the start again. Even when they chose to actually play on our minds, using an exit route, trying to, excuse me to say, trying to make a fool of us. You see how they've exposed themselves again? Even the easiest way of actually cheating us, they are again exposing their incompetence. You are going to select somebody who actually, drew and lost matches than winning.
Yeah. Yeah, let me give you that. Let me give you those.
When it comes to the work commitment.
Stats. So the stats I have here, 12 games, he managed 12 games in all.
Right.
He won 4. He lost 5.
Right.
And drew 3.
Put the draw aside.
Yeah.
Now pick the losses.
Yeah.
5 losses.
Yeah.
Against 4 wins.
Yeah.
That is a non-starter to talk about.
Yeah.
And then for the draws, you see, you can draw a game. And after drawing the game, you can be happy with yourself. That look, it was sheer luck. You were playing a good game. The balls were rolling. You could see everything working but the goals. Everything working but the goals. But at the end of the day, you play a game. You are sitting on tons.
But he's the same person who said that it's not all about wins and trophies.
Exactly. He actually exposed himself. The man is not into even win. He doesn't have the win spirit. That's not his target. His own is come to, in fact, even a draw is better for such a coach. And we are not here for that business. If you listen to the history of the BlackStars, where they started from, it's not about the winning spree alone. Okay? Yeah. It is about the quality we kept. We won the matches based on the quality of players on the field, the better management systems. And when we say better management, we are not talking about the availability of cash as has been actually displayed every day. Everything they talk about is the money. They have to go and pay somebody. They have to pay. Every day you hear about BlackStars. Now you hear only money. The 4 word is money. It is not about their technical abilities. They don't even think about building a team. Look, over and over, people have said, we used to have a strong coach team form-up. Yeah. We know about students who were in school still playing football. Yeah. It was wonderful to see the Michaelasians go to St. Augustine's and other schools to just build up and come up. Milo competition. Yeah. I remember how passionately we followed it. And some of these guys found themselves out there into coach teams and then out there into the local teams.
Yeah, please wrap it up for me.
I think finally I'll tell you, look, for me, the coach they are selecting shouldn't even be the discussion right now.
Okay.
The coach shouldn't be the discussion right now. And this absurd thinking.
What should be the discussion?
The discussion is for some of them at the G. Some of the people who are selecting the coach must go home. The people who are going to select somebody don't even qualify to select. They don't qualify to sit there.
But they put together a committee.
The committee themselves, whoever put together the committee, doesn't qualify to even sit there.
Okay.
So that's why I said garbage in. And I repeat it with no fear. If you are working and the result is bad, you are not working. If some of these people, they have the guts to talk about a Speaker of Parliament, the President, they talk about everything in this country but themselves. I won't say common football, but I'm saying football. Football, that we all know our past glories. Others have labored and we shared their glory. Go and look at the records from the 70s to date, and you come down and you tell me you are going to be thinking about selecting a coach. In no time, when you know yourself, you don't qualify to sit there.
Okay.
People must go home.
All right. So, Mensah, before you comment, let me just read this one for you. Otto-Addo doesn't meet GFA's criteria. Jerome Autry, who is a sports pundit, speaking here on the big issue. Now, let me just quote what he said. He said the FA started with who they thought should be the BlackStars coach, the kind of qualification, the credentials the person should have. They said they wanted somebody who was a proven winner, and Otto-Addo is not a proven winner in any way. They even said they wanted a proven winner in coaching a top men's football national team, and he doesn't have that record. They said the person must have a football philosophy that aligns with or complements our DNA. And I don't know what our DNA is. They also demanded that he must hold the highest football license, and I don't know what his license is. But I suspect he must have one, and he is also required to have had 15 years of top coaching experience, and I don't think he has that.
Kojo, the center cannot hold. The center just cannot hold.
Yeah.
For me, as long as the current crop of people who are in government, forget about what. Nothing is going to work.
You think it's about that?
Yeah, it's definitely about leadership. Leadership affects every fiber of a system because it trickles down.
Yeah.
Because it's when you're efficient and competent at the top, you are able to see the inefficiencies at the bottom and address it. And you have the moral right to even call people to order. But in any way, it looks as if Ghana, we haven't learned any lessons from the name Addo. So,
where are you going with this? No. Mensah Thompson, Jaisa, we don't accept such behavior. What does the name Addo got to do with anything? You can't do that, please.
We haven't learned any lessons from that name. And you know that the chairman of the committee who went to select Otto-Addo is also Addo.
Really?
Yes. So we set up a committee led by an Addo to go and bring us an Addo.
But that's so unfair. You can't just do that. So every Addo has been painted with a brush, the same brush.
Now.
So we don't know any Addos who have excelled.
Show me one.
Well, I'm sure there are several.
Show me one.
I'm sure there are several.
At least the Addo occupying the highest position of the land, who is supposed to be a shining star for all Addos. So me, I've lost hope in Addos. Anybody with the name Addo, I can't put my faith and trust in you.
Wow.
So, I mean, this one. You see, I don't want to be a naysayer, but I think that the situation is even going to end up being worse than
earlier.
It's going to be worse.
Yeah.
You see,
the second coming of people doesn't usually bode well.
Again, look at what the GFA is saying.
From experience. Look at what happened to Mourinho.
Look at
second
but
coming.
look at what the GFA is saying. The GFA, they themselves, as the basis why they went to bring him. That he met their what?
The criteria for selection.
Yeah, but you see, even that is very questionable because the full criterion that they used, if you look at it, there's almost none.
But I'm wondering what the two of you are discussing when the issue is that, like you're rightly saying, they are the criterion for selecting.
Yeah.
Even that
Kabute.
has exposed their incompetence.
Kabute.
Because even that one, they don't know how to apply that one.
Kabute, are they not the same people who want to bring Chris Hilton?
The same people.
So for me, what makes you think that I can trust the judgment of these people? I cannot trust the judgment of the people. If it's the same people who want to bring this disaster of a coach to us.
It's pathetic how we are keeping these guys there.
The same people have now gone to Southern and said, oh, look, this time around we found a very exciting guy. I mean,
shouldn't we also be talking about the development of the entire system as opposed
That's
to
what we should be
playing-
discussing right
playing
now.
around with the coaches?
No.
Right.
We won't veer into that. You see, this is where
No, but
sometimes
that's
have a
where
problem.
it comes from.
I'm coming. Yes, we know we have weaknesses. We have
Right.
systemic failures.
Right.
Yes, they need to be addressed. We agree. But those weaknesses, systems, challenges have always been there.
Right.
No, they haven't.
No, the
I'm coming.
management.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about.
Back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm talking. You see, we've had a general system where, and we have, during every era,
Right.
we identify specific challenges with our system.
Okay.
They are always there.
Fair.
But then, when it comes to the BlackStars, they've always been that deliberate effort because they are like a huge marketing tool for us. So they've always been that deliberate effort to put in the right people, at least when it comes to the BlackStars.
Right.
And so, what has happened? With the current state of the BlackStars, anybody thinking that Otto-Addo is the right man for the job is not thinking. There's something wrong with that person.
Oh, for the thinking
So
problem.
you
we are
also
aware.
agree there's a thinking
There
problem.
is something wrong with that person.
There's a big thinking problem. That one.
The current state of the team,
I also
the current state of our football, if anybody thinks that Otto-Addo is the best guy for the team at this moment, that person has a problem.
I come from a different perspective.
Right.
No matter what coach you bring, because the players don't have chemistry, not of any fault of theirs, but because of the systemic failure
It's a whole systemic
of
failure.
transitioning players from starlets through to satellites through to
Kojo,
meteors and all of
leadership
that.
can make a difference.
Yeah,
See,
but leadership,
Yeah, but that's what he's saying.
leadership
No,
to take
that-
us to the bottom
I am coming.
and start
We need to.
Yes, I'm no doubt about that. But I see, but no matter the difficulty with the team now, if you have a good coach with good leadership, disciplinarian skills,
I
But
it's a very good
I think we should be
disciplinarian.
jumping to doom so.
yes,
because
I'm coming.
yeah,
If you have
our
a
factories
good,
must run.
if you have a good coach,
Yeah.
the coach will be able to iron out and bring these boys together.
Right.
The coach will be able to motivate them inside these boys to play their hearts out.
Okay.
It's leadership. And Otto-Addo,
No.
Otto-Addo,
Okay, first. Okay, thank you very
you
much.
haven't learned any lessons from the name Addo?
We're going to talk about erratic power supply.
Hey,
Let's talk about.
you are not afraid of
you
the name Addo?
You can bring the name Addo into the next one.
Yes,